right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I apologize for some technical difficulty there. And so hopefully everybody's able to hear me. We're 15-8 and we're in game 1. 16-8 make that. We've got Bailey Weber serving. And there's a serving error by Bailey. Goes in the net, so it's 16-9. And again, I apologize, we had some technical difficulties there. We're still in game 1, 16-9, Wildcats are up. There's the set by Whitson. She's going to go outside to Wade. And there's going to be a kill by Skylar Benish. That's going to be a point for North Linn, so 16-10. And the libero number 1 is serving. There's Weber up to Whitson. They're going to go with Macy Lupkus, and she's in the middle there with another kill. Lynx really don't have an answer for Macy right now. 17-10 Wildcats. Lexi Diedeker serving. And Lexi goes right at the libero. It comes right back down, and there's Macy. No easier kill than that when that happens. 18-10 Wildcats. And Lexi serves a little deep, but they play it. And they're going to come back with an attack from Leib. She goes down the line, and the Wildcats aren't able to make a play on that, so it's 18-11. And it looks like Skylar Benish is going to serve for the Lynx. 18-11, we're in game 1. And Diedeker gets it up to Whitson, and Macy Lupkus tips it over, comes right back from North Linn, and Coletta Wade sends it over, but North Lynn's going to play it back. Weber up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go outside to Wade, and Wade puts it down. Nice job by Coletta going down the line. And that's a point for the Wildcats, and Coletta's going to go back and serve. 19-11. Wildcats are up. Nice serve by Coletta. The libero, it's going to be free balled over by Finger. There's a hit by the Wildcats, and it's going to be down balled by Finger, handled by Wade. It goes back, Finger goes back, and then it's Whitson to Wade, to Macy Lupkus, and there's another kill for Macy. North Linn just can't control her out of the middle right now, so we'll take that. And there's a serve, and it's going to be downballed by North Linn. I'm not sure who that was that hit that over, but it's going to be a point, so it's 20-12. And we've got Sydney Olson serving for the Lynx. There's Coletta Wade up to Whitson. It's going to be a back row attack by Bailey Weber. She just tips it over. The Lynx are there, and they're going to say an illegal hit on that set. It was a tough pass, and she just said her wasn't able to handle that. So it's going to be a point, Wildcats, 21-12. We've got Macy Lupkus, who has quite a few of our points tonight, back serving. And they get it up to the setter, and they're doing something quick out of the middle with Leib, and the Wildcats can't handle that. And it's going to be a point, 21-13, Wildcats up. And Tegan Leib goes back and serve for the Lynx. She goes at Avery Wise, who gets it up to Whitson, who goes out to Weber. Weber tips it, and it's going to come back with a miss hit, but that's, oh, I thought that was 4 hits, but they said not. So it's going to be a back row attack by Leib, and that time it did hit into the net as a hitting error, and that's going to be a point Wildcats. So Belle Whitson will go back and serve. It's 22-13. We are in game one. We got a late start tonight because of senior night. Whitson serves, pops up, and it's going to be an attack by Emily Buter. And it's going to be a point. Wildcats couldn't make a play there. So we got Blair Finger going back. And she serves. Coletta Wade plays it. Bumped up by Whitson and free-balled over by Avery Wise. And then they come back with a big hit there by number 8, who's Skylar Benish, has a big hit for the Lynx and gets a point. 22-15. Wildcats need to get this serve back here and end this game. And there's a little jump serve. It goes in the net. That's going to be a point for the Wildcats. And Lexi Hennick's going to come in and serve. 22-15. Wildcats need a couple more points here to get things finished up. There's a pass by the libero. They're going to come quick out of the middle, and the Wildcats didn't really have any setters up or any blockers, and Skylar Benish is able to get the kill. And then we've got Kylie Munson going back to serve. 23-16 here. And the serve is taken by Weber, and they got a little play going on, and Bailey Weber tips it over, and North Linn comes back with a hit, kept alive by Belle Whitson, and she's going to hit it over, and it's off the libero's arms, but saved and put in play, and Wildcats are going to come back with something quick by Bailey Weber out of the middle, and she's going to get the kill. Nice play there by the Wildcats. 24-16. And Bailey Weber's going to go back for an opportunity to get game one here for the Wildcats. We'll see what she can do. So she goes at, and there's a hit by Buter. Wildcats play it over, and they're going to say that was 2 hits. I'm not sure if Lexi Dedeker hit it over with 2 hands, and they said it was a mishit, so that's a hitting error. And it makes it 24-17, and the libero is going to serve. Goes at Coletta Wade. Whitson to Lupkus. Kept alive by the Lynx, but Macy's right there to finish it off. So 25-17. Game one goes to the good guys here. All right. So we got Wildcats taking game one, doing what they need to do. Obviously, we talked about North Linn coming into this game right behind the Wildcats. And so I guess playing for second place for sure, but potentially a tie if the Wildcats can win this for first place if Edco would lose tonight. I'm not sure who they're playing, so I don't know if that's even I mean, you always can. That's why we play the games. But so we'll see. Hopefully the Wildcats take care of their own business and see what happens. I will say tomorrow night, I don't want to say for sure. I can't remember the exact dates, but we'll talk about it tomorrow night on the broadcast. We did find out that the girls will be hosting part of the Tri-Rivers Conference volleyball tournament. I believe we're going to be hosting that, and I'm not sure of the date, so I am not going to say anything, but that's coming up. And then I do think we will be hosting the first 2 rounds of the tournament once state tournament play starts. And so I'll make sure that we talk about that tomorrow night, and obviously that stuff will be, we'll try to get it out on the Facebook page, and I'm sure there's other ways that we can get that information out. So there's going to be some good things happening, some more opportunities to be able to watch the Wildcats if you're not here tonight, couldn't make it. And if you want to try to come out and watch them, there, like I said, there are some opportunities. So Wildcats are going to get the serve first. Bailey Weber will serve first for the Wildcats. All right. And Bailey serves the ball, and it's off the libero's arms, tracked down by the Lynx. It's free balled over. Weber up to Whitson, and Lexi Dedeker. Little back set there by Whitson, and Lexi Dedeker gets the kill. Lexi doesn't get a lot of opportunities with Macy and Bailey and Coletta, so good job for Lexi Dedeker. Bailey Weber with the serve, and they're going to come back with a hit there by the Lynx, and then the Wildcats have Coletta Wade with the big hit, kept alive by the Lynx. They're coming out of the middle with Emily Buter, and that's a deep hit, goes out, so point number 2 for the Wildcats. So we're in game 2, 2-0. Wildcats off to a quick start. Bailey Weber with the serve, and she serves it in the net. You don't see Bailey do that very often. See if the Wildcats can get that back right away. So it's 2-1, North Linn. And Kylie Munson is going to do the serving for the Lynx right now. Coletta Wade up to Whitson. And kind of a bad pass. Whitson couldn't really do too much with it. Macy Lupkus tried to hit it, and it goes in the net. Hitting error. So it makes it 2-2. And that's Munson. And this time again, kind of a tough pass. Lupkus isn't able to do anything. And then Benish hits it, kept alive by Dedeker. And then we've got a hit kill by Buter. Wildcats just couldn't adjust to make a play on that. So Munson serving again. There's a big hit by Coletta Wade, but this time we did have some blockers for North Linn, but the Wildcats kept it alive. Lynx thought it was, I think the Lynx might have thought that it was either 4 hits or, I'm not sure. They are looking around at each other. Just a great play by the Wildcats, and we've got the point, and Lexi Dedeker serving. North Linn comes back with the hit, kept alive by Weber, and there's a big hit by Coletta Wade. Jersey Payton shoe came off, trying to get out of the way of that hit. We'll take that, 4-3. Wildcats up in game 2. And there's Lexi Dedeker with an ace. Wildcats kind of putting some things together here. 5-3, game 2. And there's Lexi's serve, and it's going to be just a down ball. Lexi gets it up to Whitson, it's going to Macy, blocked, but Macy hits it back over. North Linn's going to come back with an attack. Weber, or off of that tack, Lexi Dedeker's not quite able to keep it alive and hits it back over, and the Lynx come right back at the Wildcats and get a point. So 5-4, and the libero goes back to serve. And it's kept alive, and here's Coletta Wade with a nice cross-court hit from that strong side. And Coletta will go back to serve. And Coletta Sends it over, and it's going to be a hit by Leib, and Coletta's not able to make the play. And so that's going to go back over to North Linn, and it's going to be 6-5. Wildcats up by 1. Coletta Wade up to Whitson, Macy in the middle, and off the block and drops, and there's going to be a point for the Wildcats. And there's going to be a point, North Linn. Substitution. And Sydney Olson will be serving for the Lynx. 7-6, Wildcats up by 1. Coletta Wade with the pass, and it's just going to be down ball over by Bailey Weber. North Lynn's going to come back with Leib, and Wildcats have an attack by Belle Whitson, which doesn't happen very often. Finger with the hit off the block of Whitson and Weber, and it makes it 7-7. North Linn ties it up and has the serve with Sydney Olson. And there's Coletta. They're going to set Bailey Weber, who tips it. The Lynx are there. Finger's going to down ball it. Avery Weiss keeps it alive, down balled by Weber. And there's going to be something quick out of the middle by Leib, but it's going to go out. So Wildcats are going to go ahead and get a side out and a point. So 8-7 Wildcats. And Belle Whitson serves. And Finger with this hit, kept alive by Weiss. They go to Liz Wade, and Liz Wade's going to get a kill. Freshman in the lineup here. Belle Whitson will go back to serve again. Nice serve. And free balled over. Whitson's going to set quick in the middle. Bailey Weber, and that ball came up to me almost. I was almost in the action there. Great hit by Weber. Gets a kill, a point for the Wildcats. 10-7. Whitson serving. We're in game 2. Wildcats took game 1, 25-17, and there's going to be a point for North Linn. Wildcats couldn't do anything with that hit. So North Linn will rotate, and Leib will go back to serve. She's a junior. And she goes right at Weber, gets it up to Whitson. Whitson's going to go outside to Lexi Dedeker, and there's another kill tonight for Lexi Dedeker. That's 2 for her tonight. That's a point for the Wildcats, and we'll rotate, and Lexi Hennick comes in, and we'll do the serving. 11-8, and her serve is short. So the ball goes back over to the Lynx. 11-9, and it looks like Blair Finger is going to serve for North Linn, and she serves it into the net. Wildcats get a point, and Bailey Weber's going to go back to serve. 12-9, Wildcats up in game 2. And there's going to be a pass, and it's going to be a big hit there by Skylar Benish off the blocks of the Wildcat, and it goes out. And that's going to be a point for North Linn, so it's 12-10. Kind of a tight game here. I feel like Wildcats are in control, but we just can't break away here. We get a couple points, and then North Linn does make a decent play. So there's a pass by Wade, kind of tight into the net, and Skylar Benish wanted that so bad, but she didn't let it get over the net, and her hand was in the net, so the Wildcats are going to get the point. So it's 13-10. Lexi Diedeker going back to serve. There's Benish, and they're going to go. There's a nice hit by Emily Buter, but blocked there by Macy Lupkus, and I think that was Coletta. So big block by the Wildcats gets the point, and we're opened up a little gap here. Hopefully we can keep it going. 14-10, Lexi Diedeker again with the serve, and there's a mishandled pass, and there's another point Wildcats. Makes it 15-10. Lexi Diedeker goes deep with it, and it's going to be just free-balled over. Wade up to Whitson. They're going to go back out to Wade. Wade with the big hit, and there's a point for the Wildcats. Senior Coletta Wade makes it 16-10. Lexi Diedeker will continue serving. There's another serve for Lexi, and that's kind of tight, and somebody was in the net. The net about came down, and one of the links was in the net, so that's another point for the Wildcats. So it's now 17-10. And there's a bad pass. It comes right over to the Wildcats, and Coletta Wade is there. And now are they going to say Coletta didn't? I never know about that play, I swear. Evidently, Coletta was in the net, so that's going to be a side out and a point for North Linn. And they come back, and their libero serves it out. So 18-11, and Coletta will go back and serve for the Wildcats. We are in game 2. Wildcats took game 1, 25-17. And there's the serve from Coletta, and it's going to be an attack blocked by the Wildcats. Wade plays it up, and a back row attack by Bailey Weber. The libero for North Linn is there. They're going to come out of the middle with Live with the hit. Weber keeps it up. And then there's Macy Lupkus, but kept alive by Munson. Free balled over by Benish. Wildcats are going to go quick out of the middle to Macy Lupkus, but Live was there for an ace block. So good rally there by both teams, and unfortunately, off of a really good hit, North Linn was there for a block, and they get the point. So 18-12 here, and Skylar Benish is going to go back and serve. Goes at Wade, gets it up to Whitson, goes outside to Liz Wade. So Liz Wade gets another kill. So we've got freshman Liz Wade getting a couple kills tonight. We've got sophomore Lexi Diedeker getting a couple kills tonight. And Macy Lupkus is going to be serving here. The serve is played up. They're just going to down ball it by finger. Kept alive by Diedeker going with Weber, just tips it, and then there's Liz Wade, I believe, was in the net there. So 19-13 point for North Linn off of that volley. Wildcats got in the net. And Sydney Olson is going to come in and serve. So make that 19-13. Game 2, Wildcats took game 1, 25-17. There's Coletta Wade up to Whitson. Back set to Liz Wade. Blocked, hit over by Bell. Then out of the middle is Live, blocked by Weber and Liz Wade, and Bell Whitson just tips it over. They're going to come back with finger from the outside, kept alive by Avery Weiss. Free balled over by Liz Wade. And they're going to go middle, but it's a miss hit. So the setter had a pretty good pass, but just misset that. And so I'm going to say it's a setting error. And Wildcats will take it. That makes it 20-13, and Bell Whitson's going to serve here for the Wildcats. And pass is just tipped right over by the setter, and then the Wildcats popped it up and just had a circle around the ball and just watched it drop. So not really what we wanted right there. So we've got 20-14 here, and it looks like Tegan Leib's going to go back and serve. There's Weber. She gets it to Whitson. Whitson's going to come back to Weber, just down balls it. North Linn keeps it alive, goes outside to Finger, and that goes off of Avery Wise's hands, and it goes out. So we're at 20-15. Wildcats had a little momentum going here. North Linn's making a little run, coming back. And there's the serve to Wade, goes up to Whitson, and they're going to have Weber out from the back row. Kept alive by Benish, free balled over. Wildcats have Lexi Dedeker to Whitson to Bale, and is out. And there's a point for North Linn. So there's a miss hit on Bailey there. We've got Tegan Leib serving again, and Weber gets it to Whitson, and then Weber hits it. Kept alive by Finger, and they're going to go back to Finger for the hit, and they say that that's in down the line. Wildcats aren't able to get there, so North Linn's making a little run here. Wildcats opened up a lead, and now it's 20-17. Wildcats need to get something going here so we can get a stop and try to get this game. And there's a serve to Wade. Coletta, they go outside to Lexi Dedeker, who tips it, and it's tipped over by North Linn. The Wildcats are going to come back with an attack by Weber, and it's kept alive by North Linn, and North Linn tips it over, and the Wildcats aren't able to play that, and it's 20-18, and the Wildcats are going to call timeout. So North Linn's making a comeback here. While we have this opportunity, a shout out to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, so the Wildcats looked like they were cruising in this game here. Just kind of going back and forth, and then the Wildcats opened up a lead, and now it has shrunk to 20-18. And 20-18, and Leib is going to continue serving here for North Linn. So Wildcats need something here. Been doing a lot of tipping, I feel like. I don't know. And it just seems like North Linn's ready for that. So I'd like to see the Wildcats come up and really attack. And there's Bailey. And then Bailey comes back and has a hitting error. They're having Bailey hit out of the back row. And kind of not maybe using Lexi Dedeker. So 20-19. And there was a break that the Wildcats will take. That's a serving error by Leib. Just not what you want to see from if you're a North Linn fan when you have the Wildcats on the rope and then you have an error like that. So Wildcats will take it. That makes it 21-19. Lexi Hennick's going to come in and serve. Let's see if the Wildcats can't finish this out. There's Benish passes it up, and there's going to be a hit by Buter, and the Wildcats aren't able to make a play there. And so it's 21-20. Lynx are back in this game here. Wildcats really kind of look like the better team, but North Linn's just kind of out scrapping them right now. And, you know, we don't want to lose to a team like this. So there's a serve. Avery Wise pops it up and kept alive and over. And then Benish is going to come with the hit. There's Avery. They're going to go outside to Coletta Wade, and there's a big hit by the senior Coletta Wade off the block there of Buter, and it drops. So Wildcats needed that, 22-20. And Bailey Weber's going to go back here, and she's going to serve for the Wildcats. And we got Macy Lupkus and Coletta Wade in the front row right now, so let's see if we can't do something with those two big hitters there. They're going to come back with a middle hit. Come back with a middle hit, and Coletta Wade was there along with Macy for the block, and Wildcats just weren't able to put it back, and it goes off of Coletta's arms and drops, and it's a point for North Linn. So 22-21 here. Kylie Munson, the setter, is going to go back and serve, and she goes at Wade, and Whitson's going to do a back row attack with Weber. And Munson keeps it up, and it's just going to be free balled over. Weber, as then they're going to go outside to Coletta Wade, and she tips it, and she finds that hole and is going to get a point for the Wildcats, which is going to make it 23-21, and we got Lexi Dedeker here. Let's see if Lexi can't get these last two serves and end game two. So there's Lexi going, there we go, there's an ace. She hit it right at Skylar Benish, and Skylar wasn't able to handle that. So that makes it 24-21 Wildcats. And we're looking at game point right here, and there's Lexi. She goes at the libero. They're gonna have a bad set, and that's gotta be game right there. It's a lift, and they're gonna say Wildcats get that point. So North Linn, Wildcats had control that game, and then North Linn made a run and came back in it, but the Wildcats are able to hold them off 25-21, so that puts the Wildcats up 2-0. We'll take that. And we've got, I always like to, I probably mentioned this if you've listened enough, I am in a running club, and I'm in charge of 2 races in Cedar Rapids, and one in the spring and one in the fall, and you can't do those things without volunteers. And just like tonight, we can't host home events without volunteers. And so tonight we've got Laura Meyer and Mark Kirscher as the line judges volunteering. And then we have at the scores table Denise Starry. Denise was our former food service in charge of our food service, and she's retired, but she used to do this when she was working here, and she's come back and she enjoys watching the volleyball, and so we appreciate her help. Then we have Diana Hackman over there keeping score, and then doing the libero tracking is Rachel Sackett, a teacher here, middle school teacher, volunteering her time tonight. So shout out to all the volunteers that it takes to put on some of these contests. Got about a minute and a half here before we're ready to start game 3. North Linn will be serving when we get ready to start game 3. And see if the Wildcats can't get off to a quick start. And just kind of put an end to any ideas that North Linn might have about potentially beating us. So we'll see what happens here. Another person I always like to mention, because I don't think maybe I guess fans maybe don't know how much we appreciate, is Beth Griggs, the athletic trainer. I don't know now, it's been several years, 2, 3, or 4 years ago, I'm not sure how long ago, but the Booster Club was willing to hire somebody to have for all home events, and so Beth is at all the home events, helping out coaches so that they don't have to, somebody on the North Linn side spilled water because we have the official down on his knees with a towel wiping up the floor. Don't know why they don't have the players or somebody doing that. But anyway, we really appreciate Beth. She goes to all the football games, home and away, and she does some stuff before the games, helping tape kids up and stuff. So even though she's technically not a volunteer, she's compensated, but we do appreciate her time that she puts into the Wildcat sports. So shout out to Beth Griggs. All right, so looks like that official is cleaning up some mess over there after the timeout with North Linn. And hopefully we'll get started here in a minute. Again, Wildcats lead 2-0. Took game 1, 25-17. Took game 2, 25-21. And now we are getting ready for game 3. And as I mentioned, North Linn will serve. They'll have the serve for game 3. All right, I'm not sure what the holdup is here. All right, it looks like we're ready to get game 3 underway. And Kylie Munson will serve for North Linn. There's Bailey, gets it up to Bell, outside to Coletta Wade, and Coletta right away with the kill. So a great way to start game 3. And Bailey Weber will go back to serve. And Bailey serves it to the libero, and that's going to be an ace serve. It makes it 2-0, and Bailey goes at Benish, gets it up, and they're going to come back to Benish out of the middle, kept alive by Whitson, so free balled over by Bailey Weber. And North Linn comes with a hit from Aubrey Wade, but it is in the net, so there's a hitting error. And Bailey Weber is going to continue serving, and it's 3-0. It's played up by Benish, just free balled over by the libero. Wildcats are going to come back with something quick by Macy. And again, Emily Buter's there to block, but it just goes down her arm, and it's going to be a point Wildcats. And there's Bailey Weber with an ace. A little miscommunication there between the libero and Benish, and there's going to be a quick timeout here by North Linn. It's 5-0 Wildcats. We're in game 3. And I'll give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. Come visit us today at 59 North 4th Street in Central City or online at hbtbank.com and ask about ways to save, including CDs and savings accounts. So thank you, Heartland Bank. All right, so we've got a quick timeout here, and it's 5-0. We're in game 3. Wildcats took game 1 25-17, took game 2 25-21. And I'm not sure what's going on, but the officials just came and talked to each other. And then Beth is going out in the hallway. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. I just know Beth left the gym, and I saw him talking to her, so it looks like we're going to get volleyball going here again. So again, Weber with the serve, and it's going to be a hit by Benish. Whitson keeps it alive, and Coletta Wade hits it over. They're going to have an attack by Benish, and it's out. And that makes it 6-0. And Bailey Weber will continue serving. And that's going to be a point there, error, and a point for North Linn, so it'll be 6-1. The libero's going to serve. There's Coletta up to Whitson, and Macy Weber out of the middle, and nothing's going to stop that. Nice big hit there by Weber, or by Macy Lupkis, I'm sorry, and that's going to be a point, 7-1. And Alexi Diedeker is going to go back to serve for the Wildcats. And there's, oh, I was almost going to say there's an ace, but good job by the Lynx. They free-balled it over, but the Wildcats free-balled it right back over, and then they're going to come back, and there's going to be a hit by Skylar Benish. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt it. That was a free ball, and the Wildcats weren't able to take advantage and have a big attack back. Instead, they just free-balled it right back over. So weren't able to take advantage of that, and North Linn turns it into a point. And we've got Coletta Wade with the hit, blocked. And this time they're going to go Lupkus, and she hits it into the net. Kind of a bad set, so that makes it 7-2. And make that 7-3 here, North Linn. And we've got Benish with the serve. Diedeker with the bad pass. It goes right over to the Lynx, and the Lynx put it down for a point. And it's 7-4. So same thing kind of happening now as in game 2. Wildcats got up and then let North Linn back in. Same thing, we were up 7-0, now it's 7-4. Lupkus to Whitson, back to, oh, there's a nice job. Lupkus to Bell Whitson, and right back to Lupkus, and Macy put that straight down. So there we go, 8-4 now. Liz Wade checks in, and Lexi Hennick, I'm sorry, and Coletta Wade's gonna go back to serve. And there's a serve, and Finger's gonna hit that ball, and it goes down the line, and Wildcats aren't there. And that's gonna be a point, so it's 8-5. And we've got Sydney Olson serving for the Lynx. She goes at Weber, keeps it alive, gets it to Whitson, and Macy has the hit, played up by the Lynx, tipped over, and Wildcats just can't cover that tip. There's been a lot of tipping tonight. I feel like the Lynx have done a little better job. And there's Lexi Diedeker, and Belle Whitson just kind of flips it over her head, and it goes along the net and drops, and they're going to say that's a good hit, so there's a point. And that makes it 9-6, and Macy Lupkus is going to go back to serve. Macy with the little floater. The set is going to be Leib in the middle. Popped back over by Wade. North Linn's going to come back at it. And there's just a tip, but the Wildcats can't do anything with it. And it's going to be a point, so it's now 9-7. So again, Wildcats got up, and now North Linn's clawing their way back in. And we've got Leib back serving, and this is the serve rotation that the Wildcats struggled with earlier in game 2. But the Wildcats are there with the block. Bailey Weber with the solo block, and that makes it 10-7. Let's see if the Wildcats, they got out of that rotation, so that's good. So 10-7 Wildcats, we're in game 3. Belle Whitson going back to serve. There's a nice serve, and it's a back set, and it's a hit by Finger out of that weak side. Coletta Wade comes with it off of that second hit. Good hustle by North Linn, but no dice, so there's going to be a point Wildcats. And Belle Whitson will serve again. 11-7 Wildcats. We're in game 3. Wildcats up 2-0. And nice pass, and let's see what there's an attack. Kept alive by the Wildcats, played over. Here's going to be a free ball by North Linn. Avery Weiss to Whitson. It's going to be downballed by Weber. And the Lynx setter tries to just hit it over on the second hit and mishit it. And so that went in the net, so Wildcats will get another point. And that makes it 12-7. And Belle Whitson with another serve. And Finger out of the weak side. And that's going to be a hitting error by Liz Wade. And it's going to be a point North Linn. So 12-8. And let's see here. Blair Finger's going to go back and serve for North Linn. And she hits the net. And that's going to be a point. 13-8. And Lexi Diedeker's checking in. Liz Wade goes out. And Lexi's coming in and will be serving. Lexi with the serve. Played up. And it's going to be Benish with the hit. And there's Wise. Tried to make a play, but just couldn't get it to any place that anybody could do anything with it, so it's going to be a point North Linn, so it's 13-9. And we've got Kylie Munson back serving for North Linn. 13-9, we're in game 3. And there's Avery Wise up to Whitson, outside to Coletta Wade, and there's a big hit, goes off the block of Buter. Buter was over there, went off of her arm out of bounds, so there's a point Wildcats. And Bailey Weber's going back to serve again, 14-9, we're in game 3. And we're gonna have Benish with the hit, kept up by Whitson, and free balled over by Lupkus. And we've got Benish again with the big hit out of the weak side, or out of that strong side. Skylar Benish checking in at 5'4". Got some ups and put that ball down, so it's 14-10. Wildcats up, and they're also up 2-0. Whitson's going to go quick to Lupkus, and they're going to say out. I guess there was no touch. Thought it might look like a touch, but there's a hitting error for Macy. So it makes it 14-11, and the libero number 1 goes back to serve. She goes to Coletta. Coletta to Whitson, back to Coletta. Nice play there, and Coletta pounds that ball and gets a kill and a point. And Lexi Dedeker back to serve for the Wildcats. 15-11. We're in game 3. And there's the libero with a bad pass, so it's going to be free balled over. Whitson goes quick to Coletta Wade, and there's another kill and a point for Coletta. So 16-11. Wildcats are on a roll here right now. Let's see if they can't finish things here. And there's Lexi Dedeker. And outside to live. Bailey Weber's there. Ball goes back over to North Linn. They're going to have Benish with the hit this time, and that time it goes out. So 17-11. And Lexi Dedeker with the serve still. And that's going to be a point Wildcats. And Lexi Dedeker continuing to serve for the Wildcats, 18-11. The libero gets that popped up. Live's going to tip it. Hennick to Bell, out to Coletta. It's going to be kept alive by the Lynx and free balled over. Hennick is there to Bell, outside again to Coletta, blocked and kept alive, and Benish comes back, and nice try by Skylar Benish, but it goes out, and Wildcats will take that, and it's now 19-11. Lexi Dedeker continuing to serve, and there's an ace serve, goes right off of Jersey Payton's arm and out of bounds. 20-11. Lexi to the libero, they just tip it over, and Coletta Wade comes back the other side. Libero, oh, and they're going to say somebody on the other side, they're just losing their momentum there. 20 was in the net, Jersey Payton, so North Linn had an opportunity to play it back, and then they were in the net, so it's 21-11, and it's going to be live, and there's a block by Macy Lupkus. Live's hit, blocked, 22-11, Wildcats up. There's the ball, goes straight up in the air, off of the libero. And North Linn has had their hopes crushed this game, third game, and it's 23-11. They've just kind of lost all focus here. So we got Benish coming out of the side, played up by Dedeker. We're going to go outside to Wade. There's an attack, and no, North Linn North Linn keeps it alive well enough to get a point in a rotation here. So it's 23-12. Let's hope that Wildcats just finish this game right here, getting the ball back. So 23-12. We got Benish back. There's Lexi Hennick, and it's going to be down ball from the back row by Weber. And they're going to go quick to Lieben. They're going to say bad set. I think that's Munson, 2 hits. So that gives Wildcats a point, 24-12. Wildcats have Coletta Wade going back to serve for the win. So let's see what she does. And there's Coletta, and they're going to set something up, and they're going to go with, I think that was Aubrey Wade, and the ball goes out, and it's going to be Wildcat win. Wildcats take game 3, 25-12. So Wildcats come in and take care of business tonight over the North Linn Lynx. And that's the way we like to see it. So let's give a quick recap here. Wildcats again now end up, they came into tonight 5-1. They'll be 6-1 in the conference, so they'll be in second place, end up in second place unless Edco loses, which if they were to lose, that would make a two-way tie here for first place. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But either way, the Wildcats will hopefully be advancing and playing in that, hosting that first part of the Tri-Rivers Conference tournament that they have. So again, more information will be coming out about that. So tonight, I just want to thank everybody for joining me on the Wildcat Sports Channel. Central City Wildcats take tonight's game against North Linn, winning 3 games, 25-17, 25-21, 25-12. So the Wildcats are moved to 6-2 overall here in the conference. Our next Wildcat Sports broadcast will be Friday, tomorrow night, October 6th, when the Wildcat football team will travel to Lone Tree and take on the Lone Tree Lions, I believe. And kickoff will be at 7 p.m. and Cody and I will be down there to bring that game for you. So congrats tonight to the Wildcats volleyball team, and we'll hope to have you listen in tomorrow to the football game. Thanks again. Go Cats.